A number of years ago, when I began in the role of operations director for our district, we started looking at our utility purchases. We had at that time engaged with a single vendor who was providing us both gas and electric. At the time, working with that company, started asking questions about the upcoming rates and a renewal or extension, and they provided a rate. And working with them, it was pretty clear that they had only interest in selling me the product. And at the time, and our district's expectation for fiscal responsibility, we started looking at going out for proposals for prices from other vendors. Doing that, had connected with many of my peers and other business managers, trying to find out what steps they were taking for their districts. I got a very strong recommendation about Lights Out Energy from one of my peers. Nick and his team I got in contact with, and they participated in the process, along with the single providing vendors that we had asked for numbers about. Nick came back in that process with the lowest price, really had just crushed all the other submissions. So that began our relationship. And working with them since, we've continued our relationship in our entire utility purchasing plan. So working with Nick and Lights Out Energy, the service for me in a small school district, we have about 3,000 students. I run a couple different departments and have a number of duties that fall on my desk. I'm not a commodities expert. I'm not a utility expert. I'm not an engineer by trade. And so as an administrator of a number of things, for me, having the ability to go to someone to not only maximize the savings for our district, but also to give advice or feedback on specific measures or decisions in planning, that really has been the benefit of working with Lights Out Energy. So describing Lights Out Energy in one word, I would use the word easy. So when I describe ease of use of working with a vendor, I'm looking for being able to define what our interests as a district and an organization are, and having that vendor understand them and execute that. And so when I first interacted with Nick, it was clear, I need the best price, go ahead and you can submit, and we'll make the decision based on that. And the ease of that up front, great. Nick has lived that out, and Lights Out Energy has performed that. But also in our other processes and procedures, when I have a question and I reach out for an answer, I get a response, or I get information and follow up on the things that I need. I get to follow up on questions about our utility bills and the process, not only the back end of the actual paying for utility and issues we might have on a bill from the provider. And for us, and for me, my time is at a premium. And so for me to have the ease of an expert at a phone call away, or a text or an email away, really it kind of exemplifies what I mean by saying it's easy to work with a vendor, and what I'm looking for when I'm looking for partners that I will continue to do business with. So as a school district, our mission is obviously to educate kids, and maximizing our fiscal resources to do that is really a priority of all areas of our operation. Working with Lights Out Energy and purchasing utilities at the best rate that we can find, and looking at the terms that provide us the best hedge for the long-term choices really helps us maximize putting resources towards our students, their education. That could be our textbooks and our staff and the technology. It could also be the food service and busing and the other things that we have to do to continue to operate. So if I can avoid paying extra money to the utility provider and focus it on those things or other capital improvements, I'm happy to do it. Really thankful for Lights Out Energy, who helps us.